Hello students, good morning. Welcome to the class 12 Indian Economics chapter 1 Indian Economy on the Eve of Independence. Today we will discuss the occupational structure on the eve of independence and the infrastructure during the British rule. The occupational structure shows a little change on the eve of independence. It can be understood with the help of these 2 points. That is, first one is the predominance of agricultural sector over manufacturing and service sector. The people of the country was serving mostly in the agricultural sector, that is 70 to 75% population of the country were earning their livelihood from the agricultural sector, and a little change has been seen in the Madras presidency comprising the Madras, Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka. In these states, there is a regional variation found. The decline in the workforce in agriculture sector and so increase in workforce in manufacturing and service sector. But in another part of the country, that is in the state of Odisha, Rajasthan, Punjab, the most of the people were getting their livelihood from the agricultural sector. So, such type of variations in the occupational structure has been found on the eve of independence, and there is a regional variation found, and these regional variations were just we have discussed Odisha, Rajasthan and Punjab. The people have been increased in the share of workforce in agriculture during the same time in states of these. So, this was the situation of the occupational structure found on the eve of independence. That is, first one is predominance of agricultural sector over manufacturing and service sector. It is due to the nature of the country, because our country is agro-based country, it is agrarian in nature. But certain regional variations we have found during this period. Now on to the discuss the infrastructure during the British rule. What was the condition of infrastructure during the British rule? Under the colonial rule, basic infrastructure such as railways, post, water transport, post and telegraphs developed, but this development was not to provide basic amenities to the people but to subserve the colonial interest. The state of infrastructure during the British rule can be seen under the two heads, that is transport and communication. Let us consider the situation of transport facilities. Under the transport, there were roads, railways, air and water transport was developed by the British government. Roads constructed in India during the British rule were built primarily for the purposes of mobilizing the army within India and drawing out raw materials from the countryside to the nearest railway station or the port to send these to England or other lucrative foreign destinations. There was not much progress in the construction of roads. There was always an acute shortage of all-weather roads to reach out to rural areas during the rainy season, due to which people living in these areas suffered badly during natural calamities and famines. The condition of roads on the eve of independence was not adequate. They have constructed road for their own sake. That is, they have constructed road to bring raw materials to the port and administered the economy by sending army and police to the remote area. तो इस तरह से ब्रिटिशर्स ने रोड का डेवलपमेंट किया, लेकिन वो भी पर्याप्त मात्रा में नहीं किया। जो भी किया वो अपने स्वार्थ के लिए उन लोगों ने किया, ताकि जो देश के विभिन्न क्षेत्र में कच्चे माल हैं उनको वे बंदरगाह तक ले जा सके और देश में प्रशासन को वह सही ढंग से कर सके, सही समय पर कर सके। इसके पर्पज से उन्होंने किया। फिर भी पर्याप्त मात्रा में ऑल वेदर रोड नहीं था। ग्रामीण क्षेत्र में ना के बराबर रोड थे। रेनी सीजन में गांव से शहर की तरफ जाना नामुमकिन था, क्योंकि रास्ते खराब हो जाते थे, कच्चे रास्ते थे, रोड का कंस्ट्रक्शन नहीं था। फेमिन वगैरह के समय में बहुत ही परेशानी होती थी। ये स्थिति थी रोड की। अब आइए देखते हैं रेलवे। रेलवे was introduced by the Britishers in India in the year 1850. It is considered as one of their most important contributions. The railways affected the structure of the Indian economy in two important ways. It enabled people to travel long distances and thereby break geographical and cultural barriers and help in integrating the nation. It fostered communication of Indian agriculture, which adversely affected the comparative self-sufficiency of village economies in India. The second benefits which Indian people gained owing to introduction of the railways were outweighed by the country's huge economic loss on account of drain of Indian wealth to Britain, as during the British rule, India had become an exporter of primary products and an exporter of finished consumer products. So, the introduction of रेलवे का उद्घाटन हमारे देश में 1850 ईस्वी में हुआ और सर्वप्रथम यह महाराष्ट्र में बॉम्बे से ठाणे स्टेशन के बीच में रेलवे लाइन की स्थापना की गई और संचालित की गई। इसका भी डेवलपमेंट हमारे देश में अंग्रेजों के द्वारा किया गया, लेकिन इसके पीछे उनका मकसद था कि देश के सुदूर इलाकों से रॉ मटेरियल इकट्ठा करना और पुलिस फोर्स देश के विभिन्न भागों में पहुंचाना। लेकिन इसके कुछ फायदे भी हमें मिले, जैसे कि देश के विभिन्न क्षेत्र के लोग, विभिन्न स्टेट के लोग दूर की यात्रा रेल के माध्यम से किए और हमारे देश की जो सांस्कृतिक रुकावट थी वह दूर हुई। देश के लोग एक दूसरे की भावनाओं को समझे और यूनाइट होने में कामयाब हुए। तो इस तरह से यह सिचुएशन थी रेलवे की, लेकिन इसकी भी पर्याप्त मात्रा में देश में डेवलपमेंट नहीं हुई थी। अब आइए देखते हैं एयर एंड वाटर ट्रांसपोर्ट। एयर एंड वाटर ट्रांसपोर्ट के लिए क्या किया गया? कॉलोनियल डिस्पर्सन जो था वह इनलैंड वाटर और सी लेयर्स के लिए था और इसका डेवलपमेंट उन्होंने इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर को मजबूत करने के लिए किया। लेकिन यह भी जितनी मात्रा में डेवलपमेंट होनी चाहिए थी उतनी मात्रा में नहीं हो सकी। यानी कि देयर वर डेवलप्ड टू एनहांस इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, these measures were far from satisfactory. Inland waterways proved to be uneconomical, as in the case of Coast Canal on the Odisha coast. Though government incurred huge amount on it, yet it failed to compete with the railways, which soon traversed the region running parallel to the canal, and finally the canal had to be abandoned. और उड़ीसा में जो इनलैंड बनाया गया था वाटरवे वह फाइनली कोलैप्स हो गया, बंद हो गया, चल नहीं पाया। इसके द्वारा बनाया गया कैनाल और ट्रांसपोर्ट एयर वाटर ट्रांसपोर्ट फैसिलिटी। तो ये स्थिति थी ट्रांसपोर्ट की इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में ब्रिटिश रूल के समय में। अब आइए देखते हैं कम्युनिकेशन। व्हाट वाज द सिचुएशन ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन फाउंड इन आवर कंट्री ऑन द ईव ऑफ इंडिपेंडेंस? British rule in India developed the modern system of communication. Post and telegraph were the most popular and widely used means of communication. The introduction of the expensive system of electric telegraph in India was to maintain law and order in the country. The postal services, despite having wide utility and improved administrative efficiency, still remain inadequate for the domestic growth. The first stamp was released in 1852 and the first telegraph line was started in 1853. कम्युनिकेशन के क्षेत्र में उन लोगों ने क्या किया? पोस्ट एंड टेलीग्राफ का डेवलपमेंट किया हमारे देश में, जो हमारे देश के लिए भी काफ़ी फायदा हुआ। कम्युनिकेशन का ये जो मॉडर्न क्या कहते हैं आधुनिक व्यवस्था इन्होंने दी और जिससे कि कम्युनिकेशन में काफ़ी प्रगति हुई, जिसमें 1850 में इन्होंने पहला पोस्टल स्टैम्प जारी किया और 1863 में इन्होंने हमारे देश में पहला टेलीग्राफ लाइन संचालित किया। ये स्थिति थी कम्युनिकेशन की हमारे देश में ब्रिटिश रूल के समय में। अब आइए देखते हैं कॉजेज फॉर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलपमेंट। यह जो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलपमेंट ब्रिटिश के द्वारा किया गया, ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट के द्वारा किया गया हमारे देश में, इसके पीछे क्या कारण था, क्यों उन्होंने हमारे देश में इस तरह की डेवलपमेंट एक्टिविटी की। ये सारी डेवलपमेंट एक्टिविटी अंग्रेजों ने अपने फायदे के लिए किया हमारे देश में, या हमारे फायदे के लिए नहीं किया है। इसके पीछे उनका अपना निहित स्वार्थ था। What were those causes due to which they have developed the infrastructural development? First, to have effective check on the vast Indian economic territory, to make huge profits by linking railways with major Indian ports, to invest British funds in India to make profits. Real motive to develop infrastructure was not to provide basic amenities to the people, but to serve various selfish interests of the British government. These are the various reasons due to which they have introduced and developed infrastructural facilities in our country. Rest is well. Next day we will consider the positive impact of British rule in India. Thank you.